There we go.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good about yourself, man.
I'm good, man.
Good.
We've never met before. I'm Eric.
Mark, it's good to meet you, Eric.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Welcome to the drive-through.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us about your website. That way, everybody knows how to reach you right up top.
Sure. I am Marcus Phillips. I play bass and produce. I've got a couple projects out. One that I just dropped is called Covered. It's got a bunch of cover tunes.
Yes. And they are fire, brother.
Thank you, man. Got some cover tunes from a few of my friends. The website is marcusphillipsintune.com. You can go there. You can get the projects and check out some other things that I'm doing. But yeah, I've just released this project, and I did a lot of that stuff last year in 2020 when we
Okay.
were pretty much not able to go anywhere and do anything.
Mhm.
And I said I wanted to release it, publicly. So
Mhm.
I did it, and it's getting a lot of good reviews. A lot of people are digging it, and I'm happy that people are enjoying music or songs that I took from the past and just tried to redo them and just bring a little bit of life to them. That's all.
Man, well, the funny thing is, I was hitting you up, I'm texting you, going, "Hey, brother, can I get a sneak preview?" And you're like, man, I hope it'll be out. And while you were texting me back, I'm like, I guess he don't know it's already out. I'm like, I
You know
got.
what, Eric? I had no clue. I had no clue. So usually when I release music, I'll get the email notification
Yeah.
from DistroKid. And so
Okay.
I got the notification that they submitted it to Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, and platforms like that. So I thought, well, maybe the next day it'll
Hmm.
be released. And then all of a sudden, here me and you are going back and forth, and
Yep.
you screenshot the fact that, oh no, this thing is out like right now.
Yes. Yes. So I was the first one to hear it, brother.
You were the first one. You heard the finished uh, uh, on digital platform before me.
Yes.
That's the funny thing.
And I played it. I aired, I believe, every song last week on the drive-through.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I
Thank
sent you a screenshot of our playlist. We log everything we play,
thank you,
the
man.
royalties, y'all get all of that.
I
You
appreciate it.
know.
Thank you.
Yep. So I want to make sure you at least saw that, brother.
Yeah,
So
I
give
did.
give them that website one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, on the drive-through, we're talking to bassist Marcus Phillips. I'm sure he plays more than just bass, but he's got bass productions. And you can find him playing. He's played with Leela James, Lettucey, Dave Hollister, Tina Campbell, Tony, DJ Quick, Eric Roberson. We're going to talk about Punch Drunk Love. My,
Okay.
Mike Phillips, Keisha Cole, Joe, Eric Benet, Molly Music, Ayanla Van Zant, Kelly Clarkson, Wapale, many more. My goodness, brother, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Just breathe on this thing. Here, go ahead. I received.
You know what, man? We all are inspiring each other, man. That's the way I
Yeah,
look at it. You know what I mean? I always feel like
man,
whether it's me playing or somebody else I'm listening to, you can take from me and I can take from you.
man.
It'll never stop. It's an ongoing thing. So there could be something that you could play and I'll listen to it and be like, well, shoot, let me see if I can try that. And then mix
Man.
it with what I have.
Yeah,
Then now we got something else. Right.
nice,
And then
brother.
and vice versa. I could be playing something and you listen to it and say, hey, you know what? Let me mix that with something I'm doing. And then now we got a whole new thing.
Please put me in your nugget list. I just say, let me just send this nugget to Eric. You
Anytime,
know,
man. Anytime, man. It's
appreciate it,
always
man.
for us to keep sharing and bouncing ideas off of each other. That's how we learn
Definitely,
and grow.
definitely, man. And do you put that in the same category as competition, or do you look at competition a different way?
I'll be honest, Eric,
Hmm.
I am not a fan of competition. I
Brother.
can't, I can't, it's just not my thing. because, well, here's the thing. So there was a point in time where there was only like a handful of
Okay.
really, really called on working musicians, right?
Hmm.
It ain't like that no more, man. You can reach anywhere in the United States or anywhere overseas, and you can find somebody that can. Anybody can play these days,
Okay.
right? So my whole thing with competition is I kind of just want to be better than I was the last album or the last
Oh
performance
man.
or the last time I hit the stage.
Mm.
How can I outdo that guy? Because if I'm going to be in
Mhm.
competition with somebody else, then I'm kind of trying to be like them, if that makes sense.
Mm. Yes.
And I've always said I don't really want to be like the next guy because whoever's hiring for the gig, they can just call him. If
Got
I'm
it.
trying to be like him, that doesn't make any sense. But
Mm.
if I can be better than myself,
Mm.
now we're getting somewhere. Right.
Oh
So
man.
even like with the album cover, I love the project. I think it's a pretty good project. But
Agreed.
I'm already on to the next. There's already going to be a volume 2
Mm.
because I
Nice.
want to see if I can outdo what I just did.
You just did.
Yeah.
I
You
like
got to
that,
do it
man.
that way. Got it. You
Yeah.
got to outdo yourself and not look at the next person and try to outdo that person because they're doing their own thing. Why am I worried about if I can outdo them when they're already doing what they want to do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing what I want to do, but
Hmm.
trying to evolve every time. So
Excellent.
yeah,
Uh, Brother. Excellent.
yeah, that's my
So
take on competition.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Listeners, y'all peeped that. That was a nugget right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Family. Let's talk about family, man. How you even got into the music thing,
Okay,
and
so
or why, even if it's not family.
yeah, so I grew up in church
Okay.
and still go to church I'm a church kid. Let me just say that I'm a
Oh,
church kid. Right, no
okay.
matter what stage you see me on, no matter what you see me doing, no matter what music I put out, church is everything. That's where I started. Right.
Okay.
I started at my grandfather's church. He had a little Baptist church in San Francisco. It's still there. It's called
Okay.
Kmart Institutional Missionary Baptist Church. Let me get that right because I don't want no family members coming after me saying,
Right.
get that right.
You said my church wrong.
Yeah.
Do it
So,
over.
right. So little church in San Francisco. I started playing drums. My older cousin
Hmm.
used to put me on his lap.
Okay.
He was playing drums and just kind of take me through the motions of what it's like to play drums. And
Hmm.
so I did that. I don't know. My mom says I started at 2. Of course, I wouldn't remember.
Hmm.
But I remember actually really starting to come out of my shell as a church drummer when I was about, I'm gonna say 9, 8 or
Okay.
9, maybe.
Hmm.
And I did that. So I was a church drummer for my family church for really, really long time. And then I kind of started wanting to play. I think I went to guitar after that.
Okay.
I started taking guitar lessons at the Boys and Girls Club in San Francisco. That didn't last very long, not because I couldn't get it, it's just because I kind of wanted to move on to something else.
Hmm.
So after doing guitar, I really wanted to play piano.
All
So there's
right.
a guy by the name of Benny Henderson. He's more or less like an uncle to me. So shout out to Benny Henderson.
Benny Henderson.
I
All right.
watched him. He went to King Solomon Baptist Church, which was in Benicia. I watched him as an organ player and as a musical director, and I was like, "Whoa,
Okay.
I want to do that."
See? Oh man, this
I
is
want to do
great.
that. And
Yes.
so I remember I didn't have access to a keyboard or anything like that. So it was Benny Henderson who called my dad.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, I'm sorry. My dad called Benny Henderson. I'm mixing it up. My dad
Yes.
called Benny Henderson. He said, "Hey man, my son has never played the piano a day in his life. Should
Hmm.
I invest and get him a keyboard?"
Hmm.
Henderson was like, "Yep, do it. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care if you never heard him play. Just do it."
Right. Right.
And that was when I was 13. And then mom and dad bought me a keyboard. And I just started playing by ear. Okay. And I started playing for the youth choir. My cousin,
Hmm.
Jerry Carter, who passed away some years ago, she gave me a chance to play keyboard for the youth choir, which she started, by the way.
Okay.
And I remember the first time I played in front of all the church people, I was nervous as all get out, right? It was
Hmm.
just nervous, but I
Yeah.
got through it. It was cool. So that was my stint with piano. And then about 4 years after that, it was bass. So the way that
Okay.
that happened was a neighbor of mine who lived about 2 houses down from my mom and dad. His name is Willie McGarry. All right.
Okay.
I know nobody really knows of him as any famous bass player, and that's fine. But to me, he's
Mhm.
everything because he let me borrow his bass and he showed me my first bass line.
Okay.
First bass line he showed me was If You Want Me to Stay by Sly and the Family Stone.
Okay. Hmm.
17 years old, he said, look, man, just play this.
Yeah.
I took his bass for about 2 weeks and all I played was that for like
Got
two
it.
weeks straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
Then it got to the point where he was like, hey, I need my bass back. You got to give me my bass back. I said, okay. I had to go to my dad again. I'm like, check this out. I know you bought this keyboard, right?
Right.
But I need you to buy me a bass. You got
Yeah.
to buy me a bass. He's like, hey, man, I've never heard you play bass a day in my life. So what is that about? I said, I promise, if you give me the bass, this is going to be it. Like, this is it. I'm done.
Yeah. Right.
He said, all right, here's a stipulation. If I buy you this bass,
Hmm.
when we go to Guitar Center, you're going to play it in front of me and everybody in there, no matter what. And
Okay.
I'm sweating bullets. I'm like, all right, I want the
Right.
bass. We go down to Guitar Center. Guitar Center when it was in El Cerrito, as a matter
El
of fact.
Cerrito. Okay. Hmm.
Down to Guitar Center, I picked up a Fender Jazz. It was about $300 Fender Jazz.
Okay.
I started playing If You Want Me to Stay, because that's all I knew.
Right. Right. Right.
And he just looked at me. My dad was just like, all right,
It's
man,
coming home with us, huh?
let's do it. So he bought me a Fender Jazz, and then he bought me a Fender amp to go
Okay.
with it.
Yep.
And the rest is kind of history, man. I played that bass and ended
Yeah.
up getting some other basses over time.
Hmm.
And there's other people that I kind of met along the way, which we can get into,
Hmm.
later as far as
Yep.
influences and things like that. But that's how I
Yep.
got the start. That was it.
Okay. Definitely. Did you have a drum set? Did you keep the drum set around, or did
Yeah,
you just have
so
it?
I had a drum set at my mom and dad's house.
Got it.
Honestly, I had like a full-blown studio situation at a very
Hmm.
young age. So I'm really grateful that my parents never said, you're too loud, or
Hmm.
not right now, or the pictures are falling off the wall. You got to stop. I
Got
mean,
it.
Eric, I'm talking 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. Me and a couple of my
Wow.
boys will be at the house, full volume,
Yeah.
drum set, keys, bass, just
Hmm.
going for it. So yeah, I had a drum set when I was at my mom and dad's house. I don't
Yeah.
have it anymore.
I hear you. Hmm.
I bought my son a drum set. He has a drum set,
Okay. We
but
see. We were gonna get into that too.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. But
Yep.
as far as me having the stuff that I had at my parents' house, there's only one thing. There's a keyboard that I have,
Hmm.
not the one that they bought, but one that I traded in for some years ago. That's the only thing that I have left from their house from the time that they invested in me.
What did you trade it in for?
I saw it's a Triton, and everybody laughs at me, man.
All
So
right, brother.
I
I
still.
got the Triton rack.
So all my boys are laughing at me because I still got a Korg Triton, but I only use it as a controller to
Okay.
produce
Yeah.
all my stuff. It's only used as a controller. It still works though.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna talk shop too. Okay.
cool, all
We're
good.
gonna talk shop and
Yeah,
equipment.
yeah,
Okay. So we talk to your kids. We talk to your parents.
yeah.
Formal training. How about that, man? Because what I hear you coming out with, I'm like, I know he got that from church, but he's formally trained.
You know what, man? It'll be probably hard to get it, but I really only play by ear, Eric. I don't I you know,
Brother.
well, I'll take that back. Let me take that back. So let me give you the backstory about the whole piano thing.
Okay.
I took piano lessons when I was a senior. Was I senior in high school?
Hmm.
I think it was in my senior year. Yeah, senior in high school,
Hmm.
and so I'm taking piano lessons, and I'm trying to learn how to read music. And so my piano teacher is giving me these little pieces to learn, week by week, because that's part of the curriculum.
Hmm.
And I started cheating, man. I'm not gonna lie. It got to the point to where I would learn what was on the sheet music, and I
Hmm.
would just play it because once you learn by ear, anything that you learn how to play, you can play it no matter what's in front of you, sheet music wise.
Hmm.
So I started cheating, and one day she caught me. So I'm
Okay.
playing. I don't know what the piece was. I'm playing a piece, and she said, "Marcus, you're not reading.
Okay.
You learned this note for note, didn't you?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "It's
Yeah.
okay. I get it, but if you can, just really try to incorporate some sight reading." And
Okay.
so I did take piano lessons in high school, but I never really went too much further than that
Okay.
because I just felt like my ear was
Mm.
so good that I
Mm.
could just kind of go with it, right?
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I've been doing, man. Ever since I started playing by ear, whatever the instrument was, I just did that because it worked.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying, for the people that can read music, man, I think that's an amazing thing. And it's
Hmm.
something that I probably should tap into more.
Hmm.
But everything that I do is literally is all by ear.
And see that I'm sure that's why I can feel it. If you were just reading it, there's a whole different sound that comes across.
Yeah, man, that's just all heart. I saw it. Whatever you hear on these records, man, it's
Yeah,
just hard. That's all I got. I don't have a
brother.
any type of theory or any type of, well, you should be doing it this way. I don't have it. I'm sorry.
Man, no, well, what you have, you got, and it's a blessing, brother.
Thank you, man. I
You've,
appreciate
you've,
that.
you've blessed my ears and my spirit in hearing it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Um, I gotta go here though,
Okay.
brother Marcus. I got one more thing to say, brother. There ain't no track left. There ain't no track.
Let me tell you something, man. BJ Kemp is I mean he is a
And I ain't got no hair on my head.
and he really don't. He's bald. He's really bald. But BJ Kemp is like, man, like he's like the dude. He's the dude you want at your family reunion. He's
Okay.
the dude you want to vocal produce the next big act you might be getting ready to sign.
Okay.
He's an amazing talent. Okay, so
Hysterical.
yeah,
Go ahead.
and he's a funny dude. So, and I've been knowing BJ
Mhm.
for some years, man. So, and his background is quartet, which I'm a quartet fanatic. I forgot to mention that. So when
Okay.
I came up with this version of Always in My Hair, I was
Mhm.
like, I know the guy. I know the guy. And when I sent it to him, it was no doubt in my mind he would kill it. I didn't
Oh
think he would
my
kill it that
goodness.
hard, but
Oh my goodness.
no,
He's
BJ is also a musician as well. So he gets it. You know what I mean? If you send him something, he can identify immediately because he knows what the instruments are supposed to be doing as well as what he's supposed to be doing.
okay.
And
Okay.
he's done a lot of stuff with a lot of artists as well. Like he's that guy.
Man,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, y'all went in, boy.
Yeah, BJ.
Y'all went in.
Yeah.
Uh, brother, I could just play this and look at you. Uh, see, I get goosebumps, man.
Oh man.
That's how I know.
You know what, Eric? Part of it with me is trying to make sure whatever music I do release,
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to feel good when you listen to it, man. That's it.
Bruh,
That's it. No gimmicks. You
bruh.
know, just feel good. You know, if you're having a bad day, put that on. You be all right.
All right. So
You know what
so
I'm
anyway,
saying?
I gotta go here though.
Okay. Hey man.
What else he say? He said a little more. Oh my goodness. BJ
Oh
went
man. Yeah.
in, man.
BJ is he's just a talented dude. And he's a good dude too. He's a really good dude. Been
He
for
sounds like
years.
it. Man,
Yeah,
y'all went in, brother.
that was a good time.
Yeah,
And that's Dave Jackson playing organ on that too, by the way. David
okay.
Jackson.
David
Yeah.
Jackson. All
Hmm.
right. Yeah, man. You had some talented features on here, brother.
Thank you,
You,
man.
you want to
Yeah, a
drop
lot
a
of
line about them? Feel free. We'll keep that.
yeah. So that first song, so amazing. Excuse me. Cindy
Mhm.
Renee is out of, I think she lives in LA now, but when I first met her, she was living in Seattle. And I was out there doing a couple shows, and I was just kind of trying to brainstorm with a buddy of mine about
Mm-hmm.
looking for somebody else to work with. And he was like, "Man, there's this girl named Sydney. I think you should meet her."
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was I think I had an off day in Seattle, and he
Okay.
arranged the meeting, and she came to where I was at, and I just played a couple of my tunes for her, and she played me some of her stuff, and we just kind of vibed from there.
Mm-hmm.
And over the years, I've sent her material to for her to write to,
Okay.
non-release stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the only thing that we've worked on that we've actually released. And
Okay.
so, excuse me,
Mm-hmm.
that's Sydney Renee. She lives in LA. She's got a bunch of stuff out on her own on iTunes and Spotify as well. So you guys can look her up.
Okay.
Then there was Demo.
Emo.
I'm not so amazing.
Can't hide
Can't Hot
love.
Love.
Mm-hmm.
Demo, D Maurice. He actually sings background with Eric Roberson.
Okay.
So that's how I hooked up with him. Been knowing him for a couple of
Man,
years.
man,
Super cool dude, super
yeah.
talented. I believe he's got his own stuff out as well. So when I hit him up last year, I knew he would fit that song perfectly. I like the fact that he didn't stick to the script though, because Can't Hot Love is an Earth, Wind, and Fire tune.
Straight up.
And when you're covering Earth, Wind, and Fire, that's a
Don't
huge
even.
deal all in itself. You know
Woo.
what I mean? But he took it and he just made it his own. He
Mm-hmm.
really made it his own. And when he sent it back to me, I was completely blown away. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you can't play with Earth, Wind, and Fire.
no, man.
My love, and you can't deny. You know it's true, but you try to hide.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Down
Yeah, like I said, I played it on the drive through, brother, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't give what you never had.
Yeah, man. So that's Demo.
that's Demo, man. He just took it and he put his own thing to it. His vocal arrangements.
I can hear a little Eric Roberson off in there.
Yeah. He like I said, he sings background for Eric. So
So while we're on Eric, Punch Drunk Love, man. Did you have anything to do with that?
absolutely not. No.
Okay.
Man. No.
That is a fire song, man.
It is, man. I'm trying to think because he's coming to Yoshi's in 2 weeks. Yoshi's out here in the Bay. I'm trying to think. Did they put that on the set? I gotta check the email. See if they
You playing that one?
I will be playing when
Brother, we might have to talk. Who you got on the list with you? Come on.
You gonna get me in trouble, man.
I know, brother.
We're gonna talk offline about getting you in. We'll talk offline. I got
All
you.
right, sound good, man. But
I got you. That's a
mm,
dope song, but a lot of the stuff that Eric Roberson comes out with is absolutely amazing. And it's funny because he's got all the projects that he's worked on, but a lot of people don't know all the songs he's wrote for everybody else.
okay.
He's wrote a lot of music, man. When I say
Okay.
a lot of music,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that we love,
He
pen and
wrote.
paper, that's Eric Roberson. Yeah,
I know that's right. That
absolutely.
boy's fire, man.
Yeah, talented dude.
Yeah. So back to you, man. We were up to Leland Kane.
Oh, Leland Kane. Okay, so Leland Kane is out here in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
And I've worked with her doing just live stuff, right? Just
Okay.
doing gigging around the Bay Area. That's how we met, as a matter of fact. Just she would start calling me for just gigs around the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And her voice is really unique, right?
Okay.
That's one thing I noticed about her. Excuse me. First time we did a gig, I'm like, man, her voice is she's got a different tone. She's got a different thing.
Gotcha.
And I never thought to send her anything until last year. So
Okay.
I'm coming up with which songs I want to put on this covered record.
Mm-hmm.
And I did Don't Know Why by Nora
Yep.
Jones, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, this has Leland written
All over it, huh?
right? And so when I sent it to her and she sent it back, I mean,
I see.
yeah, it was one of those things. She called me and when she listened, before she even started recording to it, this is how I knew it was kind of like a match made in heaven. She said, Marcus, I got tears in my eyes
Wow.
listening to this music.
Yeah.
And so that's the finished product, but I can tell why she had tears in her eyes. The way she sang the song, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, who does this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, y'all did the thing, man.
Yeah.
This is huge, man. I'm gonna play it again next week.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
I'm gonna play it today. That's what I meant to say. Right here on the drive-through. By the way, everybody who just dropping in, this is Bay Area Marcus Phillips, bass player, plays with a slew of artists, you all, and his individual releases. You gotta check it out. I know I can't tell y'all what to do, but if you don't know who Marcus Phillips is, that's your fault.
Well, man, I appreciate you even having me on your show just to get the word out to more people. You know what I mean? That's
definitely give us your website again.
It's MarcusPhillipsIntune.com.
Marcus Phillips, and that's with 2 L's, right?
2 L's, yes, sir.
Marcus Phillips. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That Leland Kane, she actually has her own material out as well. You know, you can listen to her on my record, but if you like what you're hearing from her, she has her own stuff out as well.
She even did the background arrangement on some Tracy Cruz material.
Yeah, she absolutely did. Her and Tracy worked together before. It's funny that you mentioned Tracy. I did an interview on one of her shows last year. Now you make me think I need to get her on something that I'm working on.
Boom.
We need to connect those dots, man. Thank you for mentioning her for sure.
You got it.
Yeah.
And then you also work with Paula Champion.
Paula Champion. Eric. Her voice is, man, it's she can go so many different directions. So how did I meet Paula? I think I met her, actually, it was when she was married to a guy named, I forgot his name. Okay, never mind about that. Sorry. Okay. So I reached out to her, a guy that she used to be involved with, and because I wanted to work with her. And I reached out to him trying to send tracks to the both of them. I think they were a team at the time. And I think we had got the ball rolling, and then it kind of fell off for whatever reason. I don't know. Anyhow, she used to sing background with like Angie Stone, and I think she did a couple of things with Layla Hathaway, and maybe some more people I might be missing. Anyhow, I saw her a couple of years ago singing with Angie Stone, and we kind of reconnected. And I wanted to start sending her music. Okay. So when I'm coming up with Love's in Need of Love Today, I already knew who to call for this song, with the arrangement that I came up with. And I sent it to her, and she sends it back completely blown away because of her, it's her tone and the richness of it. Yeah.
Okay. You just say yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Paula's one of those ones. I guess I wouldn't call her a best kept secret because everybody knows about her.
Okay.
But for the ones that don't, it's like,
yeah,
she's an incredible talent, man.
Okay.
And a beautiful person, just inside and out, just beautiful person. But her talent is, she's kind of got her own thing as far as her tone goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sound like she can do that low alto all the way up into soprano, huh? Sound like a little tenor in there too.
Yeah, she can do all the parts.
Nice range.
Just very seasoned.
Okay.
But there's nothing that she can't sing though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, like I said, man, I played this whole thing and each one of them moved me in its own way.
Matter of fact,
there was no fluff on this project.
Man, that means a lot. I try to make sure that you can get something from every song.
Yeah.
Paula is in. She's more of she's into jazz is her thing.
Okay.
So when you listen to her, I don't know if you can hear some of those jazz.
Riffs. Yeah. Definitely.
That's kind of her thing. Like I said, she
Definitely.
can sing anything, but if you ask her what she dibbles and dabbles into or where she
Yeah.
got probably her training from, it'll be jazz for sure.
Man, that jazz soul, but I can hear gospel, all of that rap,
Yeah,
and the
all
way
that.
she puts it all together,
Yeah,
it's like she ain't trying. There's no effort in it.
it's no effort. Nah, she just get in
Boom,
and do it.
this is it.
And super humble about her craft, just really humble. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, amazing talent. Paula Champ.
yeah, man. Like I say, man, this whole disc, man.
Yeah.
There's not one song I would skip over.
Wow.
That says a lot. There's not many discs that I have come across that it's like, nope, no, here we go. That put it on, let it go.
I tried to cover, as many genres as I could. It's hard to make sure that everybody's happy with the project, right? Everybody can find something on your project.
Yeah.
But I tried to cover all the bases, man.
Right.
Oh man, I love this song. Eric Clapton did this song years ago. Okay. Yeah. The first time I heard it, here's the funny thing. The first time I heard this song, I heard him do it with Babyface.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, it was on I think it was on like an MTV
BET or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yep.
So I heard the song, with Eric Clapton by itself, but when he got Babyface on it. So here's the thing that really got me though, because remember, when I was 17, 18, I started playing bass.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them do this song live. You know who played bass with them on this song?
Let me see if I can guess.
Take a guess, man.
The short brother.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, he might be. I've never stood next to him.
Nathan East.
Yeah. It was Nathan East.
Nathan East, yeah.
And I was Nathan East at the time. I'm like, wait a minute. You got Eric Clapton,
yes,
and Nathan
East, yeah,
on the same stage at the same time.
Yes,
completely blown away.
Oh yeah, right? Man.
So the song has stuck with me ever since the release. I can't remember what year they released it.
Got it.
But I said, you know what? I'm gonna do a cover version of "Change the World" with just me. It's all bass, man.
You ever heard Nathan East sing?
I have not, but I know he can though. I know he can. Brother. I know he can.
And brother, he's got some smooth little pipes. Yep.
I never heard him sing, but I said I wanted to cover this song and just do an all bass version of it, man.
And now do us a favor. Drop us the name of the title of this release that we're sampling right now.
Okay, so this song is "Change the World," but the name of the album is called Covered.
Covered.
Yep. And it's just what it says. It's just a bunch of cover songs by people who want to help me out and push some songs that people might not have heard in a while,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Man, this is one of my longest interviews. So
wow.
We smoking this one. So I could keep going. I could
That's
keep
cool.
I could keep. How much time you got?
I'm here as long as you want to be here, man.
Okay. We could keep sampling this music, but I tell you what.
Yes, sir.
Stop. So that they go get it. I'm not giving them no more. I ain't giving them no more.
Yeah, if y'all can get out there and get on Spotify and Amazon Music and Apple Music or Google Play, so whatever your platform is, whatever you subscribe to, look for Covered. Just type in my name. Covered will be there, as well as all the other music that I've put out.
Brother.
Yeah.
We are there. We are there. I mean, anything else is gonna just be more. That's all I can say.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said in the beginning of the interview, man, I think Covered's a good release, but I'm already moving on to the next. And Quiet as It's Kept, there's a whole gospel record that I'm getting ready to release too. Man. It's done. It's finished.
I like that.
We just got to put in the fine tuning on it. Sprinkling some salt and pepper on it.
Okay.
Make sure it sounds good. And once that comes out, that'll be another thing.
I'm gonna hit you with a gospel song concept.
Okay.
I don't know when, but
okay.
I think I can trust you with it.
Okay.
All right. And I think you just might be the guy to do it.
Okay.
If you haven't done it already, because the thing is, if you're thinking it, somebody else is probably thinking it too or doing it.
Where the way things are these days, you're right. But what you got?
I ain't telling you yet. I can't tell you yet.
Okay, you're gonna tell me offline.
I'm gonna tell you offline.
Okay, cool. That works. That works.
All right. So, you have any shows of your own coming up you want to talk about?
Here's the thing, Eric. I don't have any shows of my own at all.
It's all.
So people
when
have
you
asked-
do, the airways are open. Let me know.
well, people have asked me, are you ever going to do anything on your own? So let me say this. I've never been the guy. This is going to sound crazy, but I've never been the guy who put out music and then wanted to perform it.
Okay.
I'm not saying that
It ain't gonna happen, but
it could very well happen, sooner than later.
it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably happen sooner than later. But I've always been the guy that says, I want to come out with the music and I just want you to enjoy it. That's pretty much all I was going for.
Okay.
But now I think it's getting to the point to where I might have to come out of another shell. Right.
Okay.
So the first thing was, all right, I want people to see me in a producer light. That's the shell that I'm trying to come out of. Don't just see me as bass player, see me as producer. So now that I've cracked that one, I guess now it turns into, well, don't just be producer. Now you got to perform this stuff.
Okay.
Now I'm like,
I hear you. I'm sure there's a whole nother set of set of cookies when you're the front man.
yeah, man. I've never really wanted to be that guy, but I'm also not shying away from it at this point. At this point in my life, I'm like, you know what? If I can be that positive light, if people can come to my show and leave feeling better about something, or I can drop a nugget of some sort, whether it's musically or verbally, then I'll be that dude. That's fine.
I hear you. Well, I tell you, individually, you've done it here for me.
Well, thank you, man.
So I know my listeners, man. I know they're going to appreciate it because I get calls from my interviews.
Yeah.
And I know this one will be well received too, no doubt about it.
But you know what, man? I think that's what it's all about. I feel like for us as creatives, if we have something else to share outside of music, let's share that side too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's always another side to us creators. Yeah, we play music and we're creative and we can do this and we can do that. But there's also a way that we can be light.
We're people first.
We're people first.
Yes.
Right. And I think honestly, that's what the public might miss. So in the entertainment industry, when you go see a concert, whether it's an A-list artist or a not so popular artist, you go see them and you put them on this pedestal and you think that, all is well in the world, nothing can go wrong in their lives. And for the most part, it probably isn't, but we're still people.
Yeah, definitely.
We're still people.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like with me, with a lot of the things that I can do musically, that's one side.
Yeah.
But because of some of the things that I've experienced in life, I can also give you a positive thing to walk away from. So if I can do that, if you come to a live show, whenever that'll be, I don't know when it'll be, but if you ever come to a live show, you're going to get the best of both worlds with me. I'm gonna give you the music. You're going to have a great time. I promise you with that.
Yeah.
But then I'm also going to try to drop something positive in you. So you walk away feeling like, oh, okay. Yeah. I have another perspective on life.
Well, you've done it here. We're gonna now give me about 20 seconds. Influences.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna start with, there's a guy named Derek Allen, DOA.
Okay.
Everybody knows him as DOA. His name is Derek Allen. He lives in Sacramento. The reason why I have to start with him is because he inspires me across the board. Okay. He's a bass player, obviously, but he's also a producer. Okay. He's just the truth. I don't really want to try to put a whole bunch of words behind his name.
Okay.
He just does it for me. Derek Allen he's a bass player's bass player, but when you listen to his production, matter of fact, he just produced Kim's record that came out last year, I believe it is.
All right.
Kim's record, Joe's record. He's played for everybody you can think of.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with Derek Allen, DOA. Now, when I say these, it's not in any particular order. I'm just saying it as they come to me because I know
Gotcha.
people can get kind of offended if you don't put
All
them
right.
at the top.
All right.
There's a guy named James Richard. Everybody knows him as Booyah. Okay.
Okay.
This dude, really close friend of mine, monster. Eric, monster.
Oh.
Monster bass player,
Gotta
right?
be if you put it like that.
Yeah, monster bass player, and he's a producer as well. So he's got the best of both worlds going on. Eric Smith.
Okay.
Eric Smith also lives out here in the Bay, has played for everybody that you can think of. He's actually one of the dudes when I first was trying to get serious about playing bass. He would come to my mom and dad's house, and he had a deal with Eden at the time. And he would come to my dad's house and help me figure out my tone.
Okay.
And I would sit there and watch him like, oh my gosh, dude, is amazing. I got Eric Smith at my house.
Okay.
Eric Smith is another one. And if I can kind of backtrack, so there's two guys, Eric Smith and DOA, that I credit a lot of my style of play because they pulled me to the side a long time ago. When I found myself trying to play a 6-string, and they were like, hey man, you know, that's cool. But if you kind of scale it back a little bit, you know, your approach is great. But if you scale it back, you might get a little bit more work, and you might sound better as just an overall bass player. So I really appreciate DOA and Eric Smith. Elijah Baker, I put him in the same boat as those two as far as pulling my coattail and saying, hey man, you sound great, but let's just scale it back a little bit and get a little bit more groove going. And so Elijah Baker was the original bass player for Tony.
Okay.
So he's actually out here in the Bay as well. Raphael Sadiq, man, oh man. Huge influence, some of my playing. Joel Smith, the late great Joel Smith, was played on pretty much every gospel record that you can think of. Joel Smith was one of those bass players who he made the band become what he wanted the band to be. Like, I don't care who was MDing it, I don't care who was playing keys, I don't care who was playing drums, and he played drums as well. But when he played bass, you kind of had to you had to go where he was going.
Okay.
Like, he was that amazing. Like, his sound and his approach is literally unmatched. Like, I listened to stuff that Joel did way back then, and I'm still trying to learn it today. It's 2021. There's stuff that he played in the 70s and 80s, 90s, whatever. And I'm listening to it today, and I'm like, man, why did he play that there? Why what made him think that way? So I'm gonna put Joel Smith out there as well. There's Marcus Miller. Love Marcus Miller. There's Victor Wooten. I love Victor Wooten.
Let me stop you right quick because that's something I meant to ask you.
Sure.
You ever heard of a guy named Nathan Phillips?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. That's a little homework for you. I want you to research this dude named Nathan Phillips.
Okay.
He played with a band called Pleasure.
So I know the band Pleasure. Yep.
Nathan Phillips. Y'all mess around and be family.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Nathan Phillips. I'll do my
Phillips.
research.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's that one. Okay.
Let me see.
I'm sure you had others, but we way over 20 seconds.
It's okay. That's fine. Let's move on. That's fine. There's plenty more. There's plenty more.
I got you. Let me throw this out here. When you're playing with these artists on tour and everything, what do you like better, man? The smaller venues or the large arenas? And why?
Let me be honest, Eric.
Yeah.
Just put me in church, man.
Okay.
Throw me in church.
Okay.
There got to be no venue. And when I say throw me in church, I'm talking about throw me at the little small Baptist grandma in the back cooking chicken.
Got it.
Throw me in one of them.
Yeah.
If you want to see me really enjoy myself,
yeah,
just throw me in church. Nothing against the big stages, the smaller clubs, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, if I had to choose one, I'll take a smaller venue over the bigger stage.
Okay. And
why?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's easier to connect with people when it's a little bit more intimate, right?
Yeah.
When you're in the arena that seats 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, whatever the numbers are, it's just a little tougher. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Everybody's so spread out band wise. You know,
Yeah.
I'm looking at my drummer he's literally 20 feet across the stage.
Yeah.
You know, everybody just so spread out. But if we're at an intimate venue, say a Yoshi's type
Yeah.
of situation,
Uh-huh.
everybody's right here,
Yeah.
right? I can hear what you're doing. I can see. There's eye contact.
Yeah.
With the crowd, we can engage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It just makes sense. Everybody's walking away feeling like I was there, as
Yes.
opposed to being in section C, row 128, way at the top. You were there, but you're looking at this screen.
Yeah.
You can't even really see what's going on the stage because you have to look at this screen. Whereas if you're in a smaller venue, I'm right there. I was there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Makes sense, brother. Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had one right on me, but it went away. Now let's talk shop, man. Let's talk
All right.
shop.
Let's talk about it.
I know you probably got some endorsements, and even if you don't, what are you playing?
Here's the funny thing. I only have a couple. I don't
Okay.
have many. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
There was a point in time when I was a little younger where I thought endorsements were everything. And I'm not knocking the people that have them. If you have them, I think that's great. If you
Yeah.
don't have them, I think that's great. I don't think it takes away from your talent because you don't have what somebody else has.
I know that's right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So my main bass is a Fender Jazz Deluxe 4-string.
Hold that thought. It came back. See, when you
Okay.
get my age, things come in and then they go. Some
It's all
of them
good.
just bounce
Cool.
right off, don't even get in, but it came back.
Yep.
Did I see you at
Uh-oh.
Shirley Caesar's tribute?
I was there.
Yes.
Hey, here's the funny thing, Eric. I was there skating all over that music. I didn't know what I was playing that night. I'll be honest. I
Okay.
was skating all over that music. I think I got the music a couple of days before. I'm not trying to use that as an excuse. I was kind of busy that weekend, but I tried my best to learn it, you know, as much as I could. But yeah, that was a tough one, man. There was a lot of music to learn. That was a lot.
It didn't come across that you were skating though. Because I'm sitting up and I didn't know you. I didn't know Marcus Phillips.
Wow, man.
All I know is that bass player, he don't look like he out his 30s. I go and I'm not sure if you were MD or not.
No, I wasn't MDing.
Okay,
My boy David Jackson was MDing that. He MD'd that whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, he.
But I think I saw you MD and so do you MD any gospel groups or any gospel show? Okay.
No,
Okay.
I haven't done that one yet. But you know what? I'm hoping that's in the works maybe one day.
It will be
great. I'd love to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will. Okay, so that nailed it. Like I said, that thoughts coming. I'm like, I saw that brother at
I was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, my mother came to town. My mother used to tour in a gospel group, and Shirley Caesar was here, and my buddy Valentino,
Mhm.
you know, he hooked us up. I said, man, I got to take my mother to this.
Absolutely.
And I go, that was the brother on bass.
I was
You all right? Okay, so we're just about done. Up now, equipment. I'm sorry.
Oh, equipment. So yeah, there's a Fender 4-string Jazz Deluxe. That's the main one.
Awesome sound.
Thank you, man. Well, I mean, it's Fender. You cannot go wrong.
My goodness.
With Fender. Yeah, Fender pretty much has whatever you need for any situation. Every once in a while, I'll play the 5-string, which is it's the exact same thing as the 4. They look the same. They're both Jazz Deluxes. One's a 4, one's a 5. I got a bunch of Schecters.
Okay.
I'll play Schecter from time to time. Far as basses, I'm looking. Yeah, that's it. It's just the Fenders and the Schecter.
Okay.
My amps are Aguilar.
Okay.
I use EV750 head, a GS410 cabinet. Love Aguilar stuff. Strings are Dunlop Super Brights.
Okay, listeners, y'all stick with us. We just talking shop for a minute. It's all good.
Dunlop Super Brights, and then I mean, bass wise, that's pretty much it, honestly.
Okay. No, we won't go keys because I'll have them here all morning long. But anyway, brother, give us your website again.
It is MarcusPhillipsIntune.com.
Okay. Bay Area phenom, y'all, bass player. And you play keys too. When you do your production, do you play keys on your productions?
I play keys on all my stuff. Here's the thing, Eric, you're gonna get me in trouble, man. You're gonna get me in a lot of trouble.
It's all
So
good.
again,
Good trouble.
I started playing keys when I was 13. I actually played in some cover bands with a guy by the name of Dwayne Patton, who actually got me my first start playing keys like in a cover band.
Okay.
And I played at my family church for about 4 or 5 years or whatever.
Mhm.
I never took keys serious. I know that is as crazy as that sounds.
Okay.
Never took it serious because I just started playing bass. But yeah, all the stuff that you hear on my records, for the most part, every once in a while I'll call one of my buddies and I'll be like, "Hey man, I'll sketch it out on keys, but I really need you to sound like authentic keyboard player." But for the covered record,
Yeah.
I played everything, literally everything on the record.
Amazing.
Thank you, man.
Amazing, man. All right, now we're going to wrap it up right now. This is it, brother. I've talked to you for just about an hour. I've done nobody like this. Maybe Tiffany Austin, but good heavens.
Thank you, man.
Brother, I really appreciate this.
I appreciate you, Eric. Thank you for reaching out to even, carve out the time. Thank you for having my stuff on the drive-through.
Yes.
Thank you for just having me on the interview and talking about all the stuff that we've covered.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure and an honor, man. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Now that's your closer. Here's mine. Can you cook?
So here's the thing. Yes, I can cook, but it's very limited. And when I say limited, so here's my menu for the week. I'm gonna give it to you. All right. I could do like some tacos on a Monday.
All right.
I can do some spaghetti on a Tuesday. I can do some fettuccine chicken Alfredo on a Wednesday.
All
I
right.
can do baked chicken on a Thursday.
Yes.
We're probably gonna order a pizza that Friday.
I like it, brother. I like it.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
a foodie, man. Music, arts, and foodie.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, that's me, man.
I'm not a foodie, so you probably got me beat on the cooking scale. But I'm learning to do different dishes, man. I am learning.
It's like your music, man.
Yeah.
Flavors.
Well, you know what? You're gonna inspire me. Let me see. Before the end of the year, I'm gonna try at least one new dish to cook. At least
try
one
a new dish, man.
I'll try one.
Yeah, try a different
And-
flavor. If you like a flavor over here and you're like, man, what is that?
Yeah.
Then,
Here's the thing.
that flavor might go with that. Boom.
Next time you interview me,
Okay.
I'm gonna have something new for you.
I like it, brother.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the drive-through, Marcus Phillips. Marcus,
So
give
much,
your
Eric.
website one more time and we'll salute.
MarcusPhillipsIntune.com. Y'all check me out. All the records are there. Everything, all the information. Thank you again, Eric. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Enjoy your day, man.
You too. Thank you.
All
Brother.
right. Yeah.